G'day Reefers, I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Welcome to Gallery Aquatica TV. Today, we have one of the most exciting tanks that we've ever shown you. It is a massive installation. We've been working on it for the last 6 months, and today it's time to fill it. Let's go check it out. Here we are in front of one of our biggest projects that we've undertaken in the last 6 months. This massive tank is a room divider that really just dominates the area, and it looks so good with its dimensions. We've finished the plumbing, we've finished the sump, we've pretty much got to the point that all we need to do is to add the water, and that's our job for today. So this system is 2,000 litres, it's a massive tank. Today we're going to show you exactly how we fill up and start a reef tank like this one. This tank is a room divider, and we're currently in the office area. This tank is 8 feet long, so that's 2.4 metres. It's 2.5 feet wide, that's 75 centimetres, and the important dimension with this build is the height. It's a metre high. So that means we need 19 mil glass, and that is one of the biggest considerations with a tank like this. The weight and price of the 19 mil really does make it a massive job. So we've done our rock work, as you can see. We'll probably add a little bit more in the future once we're at a stage where we're jumping in this tank to add corals. But let's have a look at what we've done with the lighting. We've got 4 Radeon Gen 5 blues, and they're currently mounted that high because we're getting in the tank, and I just want to keep them high whilst we're working on the tank. But we'll drop them down, possibly move them along the rail a little bit so that they're maximizing the light on this tank. Let's have a look underneath the tank at exactly where we're at with the plumbing and the sump. So in our first cupboard, we've got our sump. We've got 3 drains on the overflow, a primary, a secondary, and an emergency. We'll show you the plumbing in a sec. The sump continues into here. We've got our return pump, the Vectra L2. To the right of the sump is the most unfinished section of the whole build. This is just where we're storing a lot of the boxes and stuff, but we're going to have our ATO reservoir here. We're going to have control center here. We'll have an automatic water change system, which will go through the wall. We've got our chiller, it's a TK 2000, and our return pump going up and over into the tank. So that's our system. Today, I have to take out some of the little bits of rubbish in the tank, put the sand in, and fill it with water. With really tall tanks like this that I look after, I always like to make sure that there's certain pieces of equipment on site, so I don't have to remember to bring them every time. And probably the most important for a tank like this is a good long-handled gripper. And in my opinion, this is the best one. The max spec, it's really easy and very long. It's probably the one that lasts the longest. It doesn't corrode in the salt water like a lot of the others. And today I'm going to use it just to get out some of these little bits of epoxy packaging and a couple of little rocks and some things that have fallen in the tank. It's a bit hard to see with the light here, but this is our overflow box, and we've got our primary drain, which is the shortest fitting in the weir section. It has the ball valve on it, and that will allow us to control the flow and the water level in here. The secondary is this one here, which is slightly shorter than the emergency. So with this system, there's really no reason why we should have any sort of flood. So it's particularly important with a tank like this, in a house like this, that everything is perfectly dry and the water stays in the tank. So let's fill this thing up. Today we're going to be filling this tank with natural seawater. We have our truck with our 7,000 litre water tank. We've got 1.5 inch or 40 mil candy cane and plumbing. We should be able to fill this tank in about 10 minutes once we start pumping. So we'll just start by setting up our hose, and then we'll hit the go button on the pump. We've filled up our giant reef tank. We've got 2,000 litres of natural seawater in this system. That's over 500 gallons. And everything is running exactly as I would like. We've got our return pump going and our drainage system is working beautifully. It's really, really quiet and I'm happy with the flow and the plumbing. So now I'm going to take our hose off and then we're going to put the sand in this tank. One of the most important tests that we do whenever we fill up a new system is we do a stop of the return pump to see how much water siphons down into the sump. So we've got our Vectra, very easy to turn this off. Straight away, you can hear the returns. They're sucking air and water and it's coming into the sump through here. We're keeping an eye on how much water comes in and the water level. This is a very large sump and so we do have a heap of empty space and it would take probably 400 litres, 100 gallons sort of thing to actually go over the side of this, but we're just doing the test to be sure anyway. So it looks like it's still going up. There's water still going down the drain, but it's slowed down. It's almost finished. I'll leave it to for the last of the water to drain into the sump and then we'll see where it is. But now that we've got the return pump turned off, I'm going to put our sand in. We've got the Carib Sea, Fiji Pink. We've got 3 20-pound bags and this will be enough to get us started, but we'll probably put in more in the future. I like to go for a relatively thin layer of sand. So you get these little bags of clarifier. So I'm going to tip this in. This will just help the water clear. This giant reef tank certainly is going to be one of the most exciting builds that Gallery Aquatica do into the future. We'll bring you back for each step of the way and show you exactly how we go about constructing the ecosystem, adding the fish, introducing the corals, and everything that goes into making this into an amazing build. So stay tuned for future episodes on this amazing system. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing. That's it for this week's episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Don't forget to like and comment on all our videos and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned to Gallery Aquatica TV for more exciting episodes to come. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing!